Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Now to continue on building the 75 Datsun pickup truck. First thing I'm going to start with is the engine and its distributor. I want to put plug wires. This has a nice defined plugs sticking out of the block. Obviously I'm not done detailing the engine, but the plugs are here and they're sticking out, easy to get to, very defined. The distributor, however, let me get a pointer, goes here, right there, but it is very tiny, very tiny. This is the distributor. It's so small I can't drill it, it's too small. So what I'm going to do is make my own. So I've taken a piece of just a piece of the tree styrene, put it in my drill, and I'll try to do this where you can see it and not cut my hand off. So just take your X-Acto knife. You do be careful. This is not the sharpest blade, so it's not going to grab as easy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this essentially as a lathe. So I'm going to lathe down this piece of styrene. We'll see how this goes. I've already started it, so it's already true, so it's already rounded. So I'm going to lathe it down till I get about the right size that I need, so then I can drill the end of it, add the plug wires, and it's only 4 plugs since it's just a 4-cylinder. So here we go. Okay, so I might have gotten that too. Let me see where you can see it. I might have actually gotten that too small. Come on, focus. I'll cut it off, and I'll see if I can get my drill bit into it 4 times. Let me see if I can cut this off like this. Okay, that's a no. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll end up ruining this whole thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right, so got the end cut off, and I'll be darned, it may be too small. It may be too small still. If it would focus, it would be great. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to take this out of the drill. And attempt. Let's see, is there any way I could do 4 small? Or maybe I'll do like I do, but usually what I like to do, I'll adjust the camera here. Let me put this in my little vise. What I like to do is drill 1 hole and put the plug wires down in a single hole. Seems to work better for me, my preference at least. Usually it's 8. This time it's only 4. This time it's only 4 spark plug wires, so the hole doesn't need to be anywhere as big. So I've got several bits on my pin vices, but I'll go ahead and drill a pilot hole. get it a pilot hole started. If you don't have a little vise like this, which this vise is really a piece of junk, but it does serve the purpose for very, very light duty. The jaws are not very straight, I guess you could say. So it's not the best as far as anything precision, but just to hold something like this, it works pretty good. Okay, so good news to me. I had a piece of styrene stock. It's just round stock, hollow, perfect size. I did have to make the hole just a little bigger, but now all the wires are in here, so I can make my distributor out of that. So that worked out great. All right, so take the wires out. I need to cut it off. Okay, so just take your knife. This is hollow, so it should cut fairly easy. Take your knife. Let me get you down here where you can see a little better. And just the length that we want the distributor to be. Right about there. And just roll it. And there it goes, and it flies across the room and you never find it again. I see it right here. Okay. So, got my distributor. I should have went ahead and glued the wires in there before I cut that off, because now it's harder to hold. So go ahead and grab it there. That will fall right out. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, grab my wires. Get all 4 of them. Make sure the ends are even, completely even. You don't want any of the ends, one longer than the rest, or rather shorter. And let's take a dab of super glue. This Loctite super glue works out pretty good. Not a lot of fogging. Works out pretty great. All right, except, boy, did I mess the tip up. It's just a big messed up tip. So I'm going to try and put just a drop right there. Close these pliers before it falls off, like so. They're spring loaded, so when I let go, they let go. And try before the glue sets up to get these all 4 in it. Like so. Okay. All right, so now I have a miniature distributor. I know it doesn't have the knobs that this plugs the wires stick to. I understand that. But this thing is little, and it's not something that you would probably see that easily. It's not a big V8 with the distributor sticking out of the top. I do see guys that, man, they make the distributors, or they put the plug wires on, and they even put the timing firing order on the plug wires. I mean, amazing. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and paint this, and it's going to mount right here, just like that, and it will look just like a distributor. It will look, no one will know the difference. All right, I'm going to pause the video, going to get this mounted and start on the plug wires, and I'll bring you back in. So I've got the plug wires installed and coming out of the sides where the plugs are. I got the, your distributor in, plug wires. They look really messy. That does not look good. So I've shown in other videos before, I've got this solder. It's 0.3 millimeter solder. It's really, really small. And I like to take a piece of it, or it probably several pieces. Doesn't have, you can make it a little longer because you're going to work with it. But use it for ties for your plug wires. So just stick it under here. And give it some, let's get it twisted. It will break fairly easy. So when you go to cranking on it, it might break, but just get it twisted down. Get it down like that, where it's holding the wires together, and just trim off the majority of it, not all, because it will unravel if you do. Turn that down to where you can't see it, and now we have somewhat of a tie strap. So I'm gonna do that twice. Make 2 of those. So just loop it, make a U, so you can loop it under your wires. Oh, and drop the engine on the floor. Okay, pause. Okay. Same thing. Take it up. Go ahead and, well, go ahead and give it a twist to get it started. Crank it down as tight as you can without breaking the solder. It's fairly soft. Let's do that. Let's cut it off. Leave a few turns so it won't unravel. And then let's turn this over so we won't see this. Just shove it up under. Okay, so now we have 2 small little wire holders holding our wire. All right. Okay, so I've got other things I need to do. The interior, the windows and the body. I'm going to push fast forward and do some time lapse and get a few extra things done. And here's the 75 Datsun all finished up. I don't mean to sound hypercritical, but this was I think this is the worst model I've ever had, kit I've ever had. And I think it's because the molds are old, worn out. Wow. So the thing didn't look too bad, to be honest with you. To start with, it looked pretty good, but you have to take and refit everything about 10 times. Oh man. So I won't even get into it. I mean, I don't want to be, again, this is an old kit. Okay, it's as if apparently they made 50 million of these, and this This one is like 49,999,000. This because the molds are shot out. So I got it together. Hey, it's a 6 foot, looks good from about 6 foot. But this, no, not at all. I am not happy. I mean, it wasn't even fun. Had so much trouble. Anyway, I did get the plug wires on it. Check it out. Looks pretty. I mean, looks decent. Looks decent. My paint, I buffed, sanded, wet sanded, buffed, waxed, because I always seem to have issues with my paint finish. But hey, I'm putting it on the shelf, and it'll go up there and look good from a distance. I had to use the darn mag wheels. As you can see, I could not use the stock wheels because there's not enough. They only send you 3. So I was going to use the smaller tires, but the smaller tires didn't look that great. So I went ahead and used the white lettered GT Goodyear radials. And anyway, another one down. Took quite a bit of time to build this one. It has doesn't seem that long in the videos, but it does, because the fitting, refit, take off, trim a little here, trim a little there, takes a lot of time. So I don't know what I'm gonna build next, but it probably won't be another one of these. And again, I'm not trying to be hypercritical about these old models. Round 2 are continuing to build. They are keeping us model guys with things to do, but wasn't asking for that much. But okay, guys, thanks for watching. Again, if you would give this video a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you would subscribe, I would appreciate it. And if you would help me to grow my channel, man, I would be so grateful. So guys, thank you. I'll have a few pictures at the end here, and until the next model, see ya. Bye.